Dingo, and this is Buckley. Now these guys, as you know, are from Australia. They're found throughout Australia, from the mountainous regions to the grasslands. They're known as what we call an apex predator. They're really important in Australia for helping to keep prey populations like rodents under control. So they're actually pretty good to have around. Now, really interesting facts about them. These guys are not native to Australia. It's something I didn't even realize until I started looking it up. They actually originally came about 3,000 years ago from Southeast Asia when settlers were first coming into Australia. Now, even though they came to Australia such a long time ago, his first time with the crowd here, so he's really excited to sniff everyone. Now, even though they came such a long time ago, they were still an introduced species, which played a big impact on the native environment of Australia. They're actually thought to be the reason that the Tasmanian tiger went extinct. Now, Tasmanian tigers are a marsupial that looks a lot like small dogs, and they and dingoes both were competing for the same food. So when dingoes were brought in, the food source for the Tasmanian tiger unfortunately began to disappear. Also, a major problem for both of these species is that farmers hunted them because they thought that both species were going after their livestock. So they were hunted to very low numbers. Now, in 1936, the Tasmanian tiger was put under protection to try to save it, but unfortunately it was just too late for them. Actually, the last known one died in that same year. Now, it just goes to show why releasing non-native animals into our local ecosystem, too, is never a good idea. It plays a major impact on our environment. In fact, here in Florida, you hear on the news a lot about things like pythons in the Everglades. Non-native animals are a big problem. So we always encourage you, don't release your pets into the wild if you decide you can no longer care for them. There are places like sanctuaries, wildlife rehabilitation centers, and Pet Amnesty Day, where you can bring your animals, no questions asked. A much better idea to help save our native wildlife. All right, what did everyone think of Buckley, our dingo?